Muy buenas noches. Good evening, everybody. President Macri, Mrs. Macri, Michelle, and I offer our deepest gratitude for this extraordinary and warm welcome. And we bring with us the warm greetings of the American people in return. And let me say at the outset, I will not make a liar out of you, and we will make sure to come back. Because this country is extraordinary and its people are wonderful. In 1961, the year I was born, two of our predecessors, President John F. Kennedy and President Arturo Frondizi, sat down for a meeting in Florida. One of the agenda items was what to do about Cuba. What actions, if any, to take against their government or exclude them from our hemisphere. I don't remember this meeting. I was only 4 months old. President Macri was just a toddler. But I mention this because almost 55 years and a lot of history later, we meet in Buenos Aires at a new and very different era in our hemisphere. I've just come from Cuba, where the United States' growing engagement there is aimed at improving the lives of the Cuban people. And I'm here in Buenos Aires because, Mr. President, the world has noticed your eagerness to re-engage Argentina with the global community and to reassert the global leadership that historically Argentina has played. And we welcome that very, very much. It's good not just for the region, but it's good for the world. I enjoyed very much our work together today, and I was extremely moved by the visit to the Metropolitan Cathedral. I was inspired by the young people who I interacted with, their talent and their optimism, and their vision for the future. I understand the business forum our countries held together was fruitful. It will lead to what we both want so much for our people, which is more jobs and more opportunity. And I know that our spectacular First Ladies outshone us, as they usually do, and highlighted the vital importance of opportunity and education and equality for our girls and our women. This has all been a great reminder that the people of my country and the people of yours have so much in common. We share the same values of freedom and opportunity and a commitment to justice and human rights and rule of law. We try to live up to the example of a singular Argentinian, His Holiness Pope Francis, who I was honored to host last year at the White House. And we know that our work as nations must be about lifting up the most vulnerable and caring for the least of these and treating people as we would want ourselves to be treated. We even possess the same pioneering frontier spirit. We have different names for it. We call it cowboys, you call it gauchos. And I've confessed that I have been intrigued to visit a country that maybe eats more red meat than the United States of America. That's hard to find. That's not an easy claim to take from cowboys. But my hope is that given the extraordinary history between our two countries, that this is a new beginning. I am coming to the end of my term as President of the United States. Michelle, by the way, is quite pleased about that. You are just getting started. But as we meet here today, what we recognize is that the opportunities and possibilities for our two countries are not bound by just two leaders. They're bound by our fellow citizens and the friendships and the bonds and the common interests that we share and that we can promote. And if we do, that will be good for the world. because both of our countries have extraordinary strengths, and because we are democracies, both of our countries have the capacity to learn from some of the tragedies and pain of the past. And that makes us, I think, uniquely situated to help to promote those things that we care about so deeply. So, in the spirit of renewed friendship and partnership and engagement, I'd like to close with the words of one of Argentina's great gifts to the world, Jorge Luis Borges, who once said, "And now I think that in this country we have a certain right to hope." I think we have a certain right to hope as a consequence of the extraordinary work we're doing today. So, let me propose a toast. To Mauricio and Juliana, to the friendship between our peoples, to our inviolable right to hope, al gran pueblo argentino, salud.